Perfect, you got it. All right, let's change that up. And what do we have next? Happy. Oh, hurry up. 3, 2, 1. Did we make it?
Yep.
Oh, miss. All right. Now,
That's okay.
just leave them on for that.
Leave them on for the second one.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yahtzee. Nice job. You got it. That was a good one.
All right.
Free available. Voting here. Employment is at the end of the hallway. And rights and responsibilities outside the room here. Chris, how about you?
Some of these faces you got right. Yeah.
Right here. You're talking about the cyber crimes and things?
No, how to use a computer.
We don't have one on how to use a computer.
I thought it was the same thing.
You want me to let her know?
Don't tie shoelaces. Once you put them in your shoes, they look like this right here, and it'll turn any shoe into a slip-on shoe, so you never have to tie it again.
So, we're selling these for $8 a pair or $3?
No, the county bus.
Right. And we're an average of 15.
Yeah, we have a lot.
So I thought I knew a thing or two about civil rights. And then I went to the Wiseman Center. And for those of you that don't know what the Wiseman Center, at that time was a university-affiliated program, now a University Center for Excellence in the Development of Disabilities, similar to Kennedy Krieger. There's one of these, at least one in every state and territory. And there's a specific program called the Leadership, Education, and Neurodevelopmental Disabilities Program, Legg, that I was a part of. And I remember sitting in class the second week, and I heard something, and it completely changed my life. And what I heard was this law called Public Law 94-182, the Education of the Handicapped Act, which in 1975 allowed for kids with disabilities to go to school with kids without disabilities, guaranteeing that right. And I stopped for a second. And again, I thought about my father in Alabama growing up in the 50s, prior to Brown v. Board. And it said, wait a minute, raised my hand and said, excuse me, I have a question. Brown v. Board, 1954, Supreme Court decision. We said that separate was not equal, right? And I was told, yes, but that was only as it related to race. And I felt like I'd been slapped upside the head with a book. Not realizing that kids with disabilities do not have the right to go to school with everybody else for another 19 years. Now, the lawsuits that precipitated Public Law 94-182 were based upon Brown versus the Board of Education, but the two did not mix. Because of this, it was because of similar political rights and the commonality that we have. The Declaration of Independence, in its most important passage, claims, I'm going to read this verbatim, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our country's founding document affirms that all people are created equal and that they all have a right to the same opportunities.
Well, I was brought in a young lady, Robin Black-Bauman. I brought in a job coach, super job coach. Robin learned the job very quickly, probably within 2 or 3 days, and was doing a terrific job. She really made a difference. And we were amazed. We were amazed because we never thought it would be possible. This is an environment where we have sheets of glass a half forget the size of that wall behind you, is capable of cutting people. We have saws that can amputate. We have punch presses that can crush. It's a very dangerous environment. And we never really thought that it would be possible. And I have to say, we're really kind of proud of ourselves.
Why would voting be important, you think? Anybody want to take a stab at it?
To get your voice heard.
Get your voice heard, yes. Anybody else?
Because if you want to input, you have to speak up and vote.
That's right.
If you can't vote, you don't have a say.
Can't really have a say. And my former boss and mentor used to say to me, if you don't vote, you can't complain. You can't say, well, this policy is not one that's good for people with disabilities because you didn't take part and put your voice in there. So that's a good reason.
All right, so we kind of touched on this pretty quick in the beginning, which is risks of getting online. You lose your privacy. We just went over that. It's no longer private anymore. Your exposure to graphic content. People don't care what you're going to look at. They want you to look at different things. Obviously, it's pornography, violence. So our kids are getting online, and this is what they're potentially looking at or putting on. And then, of course, there's the sexual predators. But a really big one right now is the cyberbullying, harassment and stalking online.
But my feeling of empowerment came when I had the opportunity really to step forward in the Senate Finance Committee when the bill was being heard and say to Chairman Middleton that this legislation does not need to be placed in the hands of another work group. It can be placed in the hands of our organization and the other like-minded groups, and we can work out the problems that still remain with the bill. So we did that. It took many meetings. It took a great deal of time. Sometimes there was nighttime phone calls, some sleepless hours, but I really got the feeling of empowerment because I learned at that point what it really took to get a bill through the legislature, through the entire process, and sitting in that gallery knowing the bill was going to pass was probably the most fulfillment I've had in my personal and professional life to date.
Personal advocacy. As I told you in the beginning, I hated the place I lived in New Jersey. I know no one from New Jersey here lived in the past in New Jersey, but New Jersey took a lot of bad memories for me. Because of where I lived, and I ran back, and the second day I got there. The second day I knew that I didn't like it. They called it a community, but it was a fake community. it was truly, they called it a community and it looked like a community. It looked like a community, but as I think you said, one, doesn't smell like a community. I think either you or Ken said that.
And also part of the Fair Housing Act grants people with disabilities the right to request a reasonable accommodation. So they have reasonable accommodations in employment, you might be familiar with that, but in housing, what that is a change of policies or procedures or even physical characteristics of an apartment to give a person with a disability equal opportunity to use and enjoy their dwelling.
This is natural length. Right, so your hands are out like this. You're inbound.
Okay, good
See that?
job. Nice
Okay,
job.
good.
You can go there.
There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah, you see I'm out for.
There you go. Your feet.
We
So
do a
your
yoga
foot.
program every Wednesday.
Your foot.
Oh,
See that?
nice.
Martin looked
Right
like that
foot.
for a week.
I do this once in a while.
Thank you. And you taught me.
I've done yoga myself,
That's
so
great, that's
I out of this one.
So, congratulations, your new chairman is Crystal Stevens. Your vice chairman is Joshua Maloney. Your secretary is Aileen O'Hare. And your treasurer is Diane Vanderwijk.